This is Italy's Costa Smeralda, the Emerald Coast, a Mediterranean paradise on the island of Sardinia. Nestled between the forested hills and translucent waters lies Porto and one of the most charming yacht clubs on the planet. It's here at the Yacht Club Costa Smeralda that one sailing team will be crowned the TP52 World Champions for 2011.
This place, I think it is amazing. I think that this yacht club is the best yacht club in the world. You have just to look around 360 degrees. It's fantastic.
Porto Cervo is a beautiful place to sail, and it provides some spectacular scenery, but it also makes very challenging conditions. And I think that's why so many people love coming back here.
The TP52 is the ultimate Grand Prix racing yacht. In 10 years of development, the 52-footers have been made lighter, faster, and so evenly matched. Winning races is tough. Winning a world championship is formidable. But 7 professional teams from Europe and America have risen to the challenge.
You're looking at very powerful boats, very light. One of the things you're seeing this year is there's boats that wanted to perform in heavier air, some in lighter air, some in medium air. When you see it actually on the water, it might only be 2 or 3 boat lengths over the course of a 2-mile beat. You know, you can really configure these boats all the way around to take advantage, if you're right, of certain situations.
At the helm are the most respected sailors from around the globe. From the United States, Ed Baird, America's Cup legend. Germany's triple Olympic gold medalist, Jochen Schumann. And past World Championship winner, Guillermo Parada. In a typical TP52 format, teams will race 8 windward-leeward races and a 40-mile coastal race. But what makes this the biggest test of the TP52 season is the fickle Mediterranean conditions. This year, one team have prevailed in light, moderate and strong winds. And Audi Med Cup champions, Quantum Racing, would be the team to beat in Porto Cervo.
Well, we've had a big year together. I mean, we've certainly had some highs and lows this year, and each time we sail together, we get more and more comfortable with what to expect from each other and how to support each other. And I think that's a big part of what makes the team successful. When you know that the person next to you is going to need a hand, either making a decision or getting something done, and you can see that coming and dive in there and help them out, that makes you stronger and better than the other guys.
In 2010, they won their 2nd World Championship in 3 years, and they began their title defence this year with an aggressive start. They muscled Audi Azzurra out of their clean air on the first beat. Despite winds struggling to reach 9 knots, the American boat built a convincing lead and kept hold of it to take the first gun. Germany's container team were also slick in the light air, finishing 2nd. In light winds, clean starts would be key.
Well, that's a great start for Gladiator on the far side. Disappointment for Container, they jumped the gun, they're having to go back.
Great Britain's Gladiator steered clear of the traffic to keep their speed up, gradually extending their lead for a 3-minute win over Spain's Paramount Park and Quantum Racing.
Let's go.
In 2011, Gladiator have sailed the least of the World Championship lineup, but after day 1, they were the ones setting the pace.
I daren't even think about wishing to win a race, let alone go for the World Championship. We'll just take every race as it comes.
Day one's been great. It's a very challenging race course when the wind is as soft as it was out there today. We're extremely happy to come out of that with a couple of good finishes. This light stuff is really hard because you just end up with the boats far apart from each other and somebody's going to be right.
All 7 teams are eager to walk away from this World Championship regatta with the title. But there's no team that shows more passion than Audi Azzurra. The Yacht Club Costa Smeralda is home to the Italian team. And to have the chance of winning the championship here is something special. Since the 1983 America's Cup, Italians have had an affinity with the Azzurra boats. And the team are here to do the Yacht Club and their country proud.
Azzurra is for the Italians a brand that everybody loves. The Italy of soccer are the Azzurri, the rugby Azzurri, and we are Azzurra, so I think that is a good combination. I still remember Mauro Pelasquier and Cino Ricci from '83. I hope that in the future this name will stay at the same level. I'm personally really proud to be part of this campaign.
But the local winds aren't favouring the home team. Audi Azzurra performs best in heavy air, but no more than 10 knots has been forecast for the first 3 days of racing.
We have a very strange week because the beginning of the week, very light wind, not so normal in Portocervo. The breeze is not coming from the south and the Mistral is not entering. So yesterday, today, we are struggling in 6 knots, 7 knots. And then at the end of the week, it can be 30, 35. So again, struggling to sail because of the too much wind.
But for now, a huge high-pressure system was settled over the Mediterranean, extending to Portocervo. Until the Mistral arrived, it would be a regatta for the light air specialists. Not good news for 2 Audi boats, who are designed for fresh conditions. On the start line in race 3, Audi Azzurra forged through a small gap, but were over 5 seconds early. After performing a penalty turn, their race was effectively over. The 9-knot breeze was perfect for Paramount Park. The Spanish crew read the tricky wind shifts impeccably. On approach to the windward mark, Quantum Racing picked up a lucky gust that boosted them to 3rd. But winds were too light to make significant gains on eventual winners, Paramount Park. Their 21-second win over Sweden's RAN put them at the top of the table.
We're still not thinking about the result of the championship. We are trying to improve all the time and focus on all the things we can improve on and do better. This is our way to work, and if this brings us to the top of this championship, it would be perfect.
Todos los eventos que tenemos, ¿no? Si eso nos lleva al primer puesto, pues será perfecto.
But the light winds weren't doing the 2 Audi boats any favours. They finished last and second last. If the Mistral didn't eventuate, they'd be in big trouble. The stakes were high for all teams at the midway stage of the regatta, but the 3rd day dawned with less than promising conditions. The coastal race that had been planned was cancelled and replaced with 2 more inshore races through the Maddalena Passage, known as Bomb Alley. Today, it will be more important than ever to get a good start, and that is Ed Baird's speciality. Quantum was off the line impeccably. Baird's crew built a big lead, but the real fight was going on behind them. Gladiator, Paramount Park and Container were fighting it out for the minor placings and the regatta lead. Gladiator fought off their challengers to finish second, but that left 3 teams in a tie at the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah, we knew it was a 3-way tie, and 2 wins gives it to us at the moment. So, but, yeah, I think we're going to have a good, possibly 2 to 3 more races in this regatta. We might even, we start early on Saturday, have 3 races. So there's a lot more to go. We might only be halfway through yet.
Sí, mañana un día de viento, hay alguna posibilidad de que it could be a very interesting day. The 3 boats that we are tied are theoretically relatively light wind boats. The boats that has been suffering for the rest of the week, the 2 Audis especially, should be doing very well tomorrow. So it could be a day that changes things. That if we manage to go out and say, because there's some forecasts that are a little bit too much on the edge. So we will see. But for sure things will change tomorrow. Eso si conseguimos navegar, así que bueno, vamos a ver.
Dawn in Portocervo, and the Emerald Coast is glowing. The infamous Mistral has arrived from the north, and winds upward of 45 knots are forecast. Teams hustle to try and beat it to the racecourse.
The race committee got the weather forecast last night that the Mistral was approaching, and here it is. You can feel it, you can hear it. It's a beautiful morning though. Yeah, the sun rising in the east behind us. Looking forward to a couple good races this morning before it gets too windy for us.
There's some bad weather coming. It's going to get really windy, and so they're trying to get a race in before it gets too rough. So we're all here a bit earlier than normal, and we'll see if we can sail in the darker hours.
As the Mistral picked up to 25 knots, the heavy air specialists were finally having their day in the sun. Who would break the 3-way deadlock at the top of the table? As the fleet rounded the windward mark, Audi Azzurra lead from Container, Quantum and Audi all for one. On the downwind leg, the Mistral took hold. And in gusts of up to 35 knots, the TP52s took off. Paramount Park rode a big gust and were challenging for second before they and Nicolas Zenstrom's Ram lost control and broached. Further back, joint leader Gladiator had blown the spinnaker. Downwind, Audi Azzurra extended their lead, but had trouble dropping their spinnaker and allowed Container to sweep in. Unmanageable winds forced the race committee to shorten the race, and Audi Azzurra had just one chance to take back the lead. Coming down to the finish line, they rolled Container and claimed their first win on home waters.
We push hard. I mean, we were angry and hungry. We want to show that what we show in the first 3 days is not our level. And now there is some breeze, you know, we can play. It's not that we will win all the regattas in breeze, but at least we have the speed to stay inside the fleet.
We shouldn't have taken twice, so just minimize the takes and we would have won the race, but we came second, so we were closing up now to the top, and we have 3 races for tomorrow planned, 15 to 20 knots, so we will catch up tomorrow, hopefully.
The World Championship had come down to the final day. Just 2 points separate Quantum Racing, Paramount Park and Gladiator.
You know, we really want to win the World Championship. It would give us 3 of the last 4. We have a lot of people that watch and follow the team. They want us to win the World Championship.
The Mistral had left a choppy, lumpy sea state, but Germany's Container were riding the challenges. By the windward mark, they were ahead of Quantum and extending all the time. This year's Marseille Trophy champions won convincingly, which moved them into second in the title race. Coming down to the last race of the championship, the title was still anyone's to win. Container once again took the early lead, but Quantum was breathing down their neck.
Well, the green sails of Quantum, they're going to try the other side of the course. Will it work?
And it paid off. They crossed in front of Container and stole the lead.
Well, this is Quantum. They've got a big lead. They've won the European circuit, the Audi Med Cup. They have now won the World Championship. They've beaten Container.
In Ed Baird's first year at the helm of Quantum Racing, he completed the double and defended Quantum's World Championship title.
Wow, that's fantastic. I mean, the team has done such a great job all year long to hang in through a lot of tough situations, a lot of tough conditions. Today was another example, just a minefield on the race course. But Ado and Tommy just brought us around there beautifully, and Francesco, our stand-in navigator for Kevin Hall, all did a fantastic job today. Really great fun.
For the 3rd time in 4 years, the Quantum Racing team have stood on top of the TP52 World Championship podium. They'll take this hard-fought victory back to America before planning their assault for the 2012 European season of Grand Prix TP52 racing.